Hi, my name is Charity. I'm a certified life coach and I'm a musician. Music is my innate ability. I love to sing, and music is a big part of my life. Life coaching is what I have learned over the years, and it's part of my calling. So I combine the two. I do music and I do life coaching. Welcome to Alive in Season. One of the conversations that I have been having recently with many of my clients is, how do I deal with job loss? So in our session today, we will try and address, what do you do when you lose your job? Now, it's interesting that we live in a time during a worldwide pandemic, the COVID-19, and many people have lost their jobs. Many people have lost their jobs. And many more may continue to lose their jobs. And because of that, we have to begin addressing the topic and the question of, how do I deal with job loss? Now, more often than not, when you lose that job, what happens? The first tendency when you lose a job is you get angry at your employer. And you feel like this person or this employer, I have been, working this way, I have been putting in time and energy and all that. And you feel like you have been picked on. All right? So anger is a tendency, is a reaction of job loss. The second tendency that many tend to have when they lose their jobs is a feeling of low self-worth. You feel like, I'm not good enough. Maybe the reason I was laid off, or the reason I was sent home, or the reason my employer doesn't need me anymore is because I am not worth. And the third thing that tends to happen when you lose a job is panic. Why panic? Well, of course we are natural, and we are human. So when there is a sense of security that has been withdrawn, what happens? There's a tendency to panic. And that's okay. But what you do with the panic is actually what we need to address. Now, the fourth thing, and the tendency, and the reaction, the feeling at the time of job loss is, there is a loss of security. Why security? Because at the end of the month, you don't expect to receive a salary. And a salary is a sense of security for many. So when that security is withdrawn because you've lost your job, you feel a sense of insecurity. And when you're not expecting that income at the end of the month, there is a sense of loss of security, and that causes us to panic. And that's okay, but how we deal with it is more important. Now, as I discuss this topic, and as I make some recommendations, I am not making recommendations out of, theory. I have personally been through job loss at a given time in my life, and I had to deal with it one way or another. So the question again I ask, how do you deal with job loss? What do you do when you move in to your office in the morning and they greet you happily, and then somebody brings a letter, or the HR or somebody, your employer, or probably even the secretary, or maybe even the receptionist gives you that letter, and you open it and it's done, you're dismissed for whatever reasons. How do you handle it from that point? I want to make a few recommendations that I believe would add great value as you deal with job loss. Number one, when you receive that letter, go home. Do not be tempted to go this way or that way. Go home. Pick your things from that office and just go home. Why home? Home is a safe haven. Home is a place where you feel secure. Home is a place where you will find people that love you and appreciate you. And because job loss is a sign of rejection, like somebody has, quote unquote, rejected you. When you go home, there are people to receive you. So just go home. Pick your things. Take the fastest means home or drive home. Go home. Now, when you get home, take a warm cup of tea. Tea or something warm, a bowl of soup. Why a bowl of soup? Something warm. A warm drink tends to calm your nerves down. Unlike most other drink, cold drinks, hard drinks, and all, the other drinks that people tend to, try and get. Those will give you a spike. And when they give you a spike, when you come to the reality, you'll be worse off. So take a warm drink, a cup of tea, a bowl of soup. It will calm your nerves down. It will calm you down. Then jump into a shower. Take a warm bath. These are very simple steps, but they are very useful. Take a warm bath, take a warm shower, and, just allow that negative, energy that you're feeling at that point, or the disappointment, let it just, water down with the water. And then spend the rest of your day being thankful. Don't begin to call people, this, and rant and, all that kind of thing. No. Spend the rest of your day being thankful. Why be thankful? Gratitude and thankfulness is a gift, and it's a gift that opens your heart for good things. So think about the things to be grateful about. Thank God that you've lost that job. Thank God that, things will now have to be different. But also thank God. Be thankful for what you have. It's very easy because you've lost your job. You feel like, no. You forget all the other things that you have. Thank God. Be grateful for what you have. So spend the rest of that day being thankful. It's just like that little saying, count your blessings, name them one by one. So spend time, be thankful. Thank God for your children, thank God for your spouse, thank God. Be thankful for what you have, not what you have lost, what you have. Gratitude opens your heart to good things. And of course, at the end of the day, eat a good warm meal and get a good night sleep. Together, super. On the new day, the following day, the day after you have, lost your job, wake up just as if you were going, to work. Get yourself ready, freshen up and all that you have to do. And then this is a time to talk to a trusted person. Get that family member that you trust. Get that friend that you trust. Call them up if they are not with you and spend some time with them. Talk to them. Express what you're thinking. Express what you're feeling. There is a saying, a problem shared is a problem half solved. So, in calling up your family member or this trusted friend, you're actually allowing yourself to solve your new problem halfway through. So spend that morning, talk to a trusted friend. If you do not have a trusted family member or a trusted friend, I recommend that you get yourself a coach. A good coach. Now, When you're done with that conversation with whoever you choose to talk to, the next thing I recommend, get ready to go out. Grab yourself a good book. If you don't have a good book, or even if you have a good book, at least there's one book I would recommend. Grab your Bible, if you have one. If you don't have one, this is an excellent time to go and buy one. It's the greatest book of all books, and it's got a lot of wisdom and great, tips and tricks on how to live this life when life transitions. Now, so get out of your house and take a walk. Don't take the bus. I know you probably, take the bus and this way and that way, or drive. Take a walk. Look for that direction where there is not many people. There is no crowd. And just take a long, brisk walk. Now, as you take your long, brisk walk, it's not time to reminisce and complain within yourself. No. Take time to reflect. A brisk walk, space allows you to express. Space allows you to have space. So go out into, the open field. Go out into the open space and just walk. Allow the space to give you space and reflect on your life. This is a perfect time to reflect on your life. Reflect on what life has been and what life could be. Just have positive thoughts. Fill your mind and your heart with positive thoughts at this time. At the point where you feel your body is tired and you probably can't walk anymore and you can't, be on your feet anymore, look for a quiet place. Sit probably in a quiet restaurant. If there is a park nearby, go to the park. Just sit quietly. And when you sit there quietly, pull out your good book. If you're reading the Bible, the good book, the Bible, open the book of Psalms. Psalms is an excellent expression of David, at a time when he went through difficulty. So open the book of Psalms and just read it aloud to yourself. Just read. Don't worry about, the details. Just read. Read it aloud to yourself. Let your thoughts, let your heart, let your mind, let your spirit, let your inner being just hear those words. These are not just words. These are words with life. And of course, read as much of it as you can. If you have a good book, I recommend that you do not read a motivational book. A motivational book will give you spike and then leave you low. But at this point, an autobiography would be excellent. So, take the Psalms or read an autobiography. Excellent books at this point. Read until such a time it's time to go home. Then, go home. If you're too tired to walk, catch the bus or drive. If you still feel you have a little bit of strength, walk back home. And then take a warm shower, take a warm meal, and get a good night sleep. I want you to notice something, that on those 2 days, you have not had time for negative thinking. You have filled your mind with positive thinking and positive words and rest. Now, sleep. On the third day when you wake up, day 2 after you have lost your job, wake up just as if you're going to work. Freshen up, and this time round, get yourself a notebook and a pen. Just those 2 things. A good notebook and a pen. Not a piece of paper. A good notebook and a pen. This could be a life savior. Get to a quiet place. Quiet yourself down and ask yourself these 5 powerful questions. Question number 1. What adjustments do I need to make right now because of the new development? Now that you have no job. Now that you have no job to wake up to go to, what adjustments do I need to make? Ask yourself that question. What adjustments do I need to make right now because of this new development? And I'm talking about emotional adjustments, social adjustments, financial adjustments. Question number 2. Ask yourself, what do I have right now? Not what you're going to look for. What do I have right now that I can use to get me to my new opportunity? What do I have right now that I can use right now to get myself to my new opportunity? There is something out there for you, but what is it that you have right now? Not what you're going to look for, but what you have. Question number 3. What can I do with what I have right now so that I can get to my new opportunity? You have something. Nobody is at zero. No human being is at zero. You have something. So ask yourself, what can I do with what I have right now to get me to my next new opportunity? Right? Now, the 4th powerful question that you must ask yourself: how do I start using what I have so that I can get to my new opportunity? Question number 4. How do I start using what I have to get to my new opportunity? How? The question of how. How? Very easy. Let me give you an example. You have time. Time is something that you have now. So what do you do with that? And how do you start using that time so that it can get you to your new opportunity? You have a gift. So what do you start? How do you start? What do you start? How do you start using that gift now, not tomorrow, now, so that you can get to your new opportunity? And question 5. When do I start? Life is about action. If you don't action on anything, nothing is going to happen. So, when do I start? These are 5 very, very simple but powerful questions that you must ask yourself when you lose your job. Keep the answers simple. Keep them straight. And be truthful with yourself. Right? Now, when you have the answers to these 5 powerful questions, action. Get to work. Get to work. It is not complicated. We are the ones that complicate it. So keep it simple. And this process could actually take you 2-3 days probably to go through. You allow yourself, So if you take, say, 2-3 days, now this is day 5 after you have lost your job. Now, once you have the answers to these 5 powerful questions, it's time to action. So wake up on the next day after you have, got your answers, and begin to take the action step by step. Not 2 steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Step by step. Now, life, like I said, is about action. If you do nothing, nothing will happen. If you take the first step, something will happen. That's just the way life is. At the beginning of the next new day, start the actioning. Start the action. Make the necessary adjustments that you need to make. Begin to work on your new opportunity. whatever is it that you have found. And then action on it, action on it, action on it. Step by step, moment by moment, day by day. And what will happen? By the end of that month, the first month of your job loss, you will realize you have a new opportunity. Remember, nothing good comes easy. It takes work. I hope this session has been useful for you. Please feel free to share it with a friend or family member who probably has gone through job loss. I look forward to having another session with you on Alive and Season.